So today I want to talk to you about the journey into visibility. And I want to use integral means a little bit to explain what I mean. Starting with my experience when I went to school, I noticed that boys in my class, not all, but some of them, they always raised their hand and to questions, and when they answered, it seemed to be a little bit, nothing special, often really rubbish, packed into words. And this was even worse in university, when people used as much as possible foreign words to show how learned they are. And if you don't understand, you need especially uneducated or stupid. But anyway, in school, I decided I can do it too, especially as I noticed that often the answers I had in my mind were better. And so I began to raise my hand too, even without knowing what I would say. And I did it on purpose. It was my intention to stand up against these stupid boys. Then, as I said, in university, it was the same thing, but there I was sort of a little bit more dimmed down because university is, the temple of wisdom, and who am I to say something? So visibility or invisibility is really, at least in our societies, but I think in all present societies, very much connected with gender. We women have been used to be silent. You can say we were forced to, maybe we were, but I want to see it more in the terms of spiral. In red societies, yes, men are very expressive. They express their immediate impulses and are, by force of that, very visible. But not all of them. There are some which are quite invisible and hide back behind the power of those powerful ones. So visibility and invisibility is also how you feel safe in a constellation. Women in red, the dominant ones, could be quite visible and quite aggressive, showing themselves. Then in more, I never know what this word is, traditional, in more traditional societies, than what was before a possibility of women to use their power by manipulation, by intrigues, by directing behind the scenes. These were more refined for women. They could still direct behind the scenes, but they couldn't appear anymore as, as powerful as they could before in red societies. While men had, when they had a certain status in society, they were very visible, and others, as before, were not really. Now, what do we mean by visible and invisible? There are several ways how to define that, and I talk now about being visible in the public sphere, to be seen in the public sphere and to be recognized as somebody in the public sphere. But this is not the only way of visibility or how we hide in invisibility. We can also be visible or invisible in our own private sphere. We can be very much invisible to ourselves. That means we don't know who we really are. And that, now, as we talk in terms of spiral, this came online, the research of who we really are becoming visible to ourselves in the interiors came with the rise of green. So, going back to the spiral, we have left out orange. In orange, the visibility is mainly conducted by success. When you are successful, you are visible in the area, in the sphere, in the public sphere. When you are have a public work to do, let's say. And this is going by merit in many ways, and there women can also be visible. Ever more people come now into politics works for political sphere, I would say, in all countries. If it is because of the quote, the equality quote, that as many women should be in the same places as many as there are men, or if it is because women want to be more visible. We won't talk about that here now. But this is the visibility which goes along with not necessarily the visibility of who you are as a person. You as a person can still be invisible while you are playing a visible role.